Alrighty folks, the official results are in, and cloning is a big fat bust. The idea that we can clone numerous copies from one person and it be genetically viable has went tits up. And big fat nothing burger, total absolute destruction. The whole generation just collapsed. Boom. Wow, that's harsh. What was that TV ad back in the 70s? It's not nice to fool with Mother Nature. Anybody remember that TV ad from 1970s? It's not nice to fool with Mother Nature? Yeah. Yeah, surprise, man. Surprise. You know, I knew this was coming. I knew this one was definitely coming. And they got owned, didn't they? Yeah, they did. They got totally owned. I mean, you can produce all kinds of clones out of one genetic material, but the viability isn't rock solid because there is no individualism. Well, what's that phrase? Rugged individualism, folks. Rugged individualism. And it's key. It's why communism, socialism, and fascism fail, because they don't take into account rugged individualism. They don't take that into account. And cloning and messing around with Mother Nature is the same way. You can't mess around with Mother Nature because she will bite you in the ass every time, guaranteed. And that's exactly what happened. Now, I can't begin to pronounce the names of these two scientists, but I'm thinking they're brothers because they both have the same last name. So I'm assuming they're brothers. But this has been a multi-generational study, and the results are in, and they're an absolute bust, folks. Cloning is just not viable for the long haul. Sorry, you know. And I knew this. Now I can't technically call this and I was right because I can't remember if I did an actual video on it. However, did I know that messing around with Mother Nature is going to end up going very, very bad for them? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yes, I did. And it did. It went bad for them, really bad. And, you know, now they learned the hard way. You don't fuck around with nature, because nature will fuck you back. That's just the way it is. Sorry. But it's nice to know now that we have, you know, rock solid white paper peer-reviewed evidence that is impossible to refute. And long-term genetic cloning does not fucking work. It doesn't work. It's not viable. As I knew it wouldn't be. Because, see, you have to have... A human being is a human being for a reason. You know, and you know, we've got the divine spark. We've got a soul. You know, but these were lab rats, and even the lab rats failed. Why? Because individualism is key. It is absolute key. Yes, okay, you put two rats together, they produce baby rats. But each one of them baby rats is what? It's a unique creature in and of itself. That rugged individualism is what makes the difference. And see, you can't replicate that. You just can't. You cannot replicate that. There's too many factors involved to try to replicate that. And this is why Mother Nature will always win, and we will always lose. And, you know, I'm hearing reports that the Greys, you know, are saying that there are long-lost relatives, and the reason they look like shriveled up little corn husks is because they fucked up and messed around with Mother Nature. In other words, they fucked around and found out. And that's why they look the way they do, and why their species is about to go extinct. Gee, what a shock. Don't fuck with nature. Lesson learned, okay? And these two scientists in Japan have definitely learned their lesson. You don't fuck with Mother Nature. You just don't do that shit, man. She will own you every fucking time. So, anyways, I just thought I'd share because I can and because I should and because you need to know the truth. Cloning does not work. It is not viable for the long term. Short term, yes. Long term, nope. Not even close. Not even close, folks. Alright, anyway, just thought I'd share. This has been your daily dose of conservatism on TikTok. And y'all have a wonderful day and a better tomorrow. Bye.